But I apologise, I don't mean to be loud or obnoxious from the very get-go. What the hell does that even mean, get-go? It just makes me think of gecko, always. I was like, oh, sorry, I don't mean to be a lizard right from the beginning. You know, just when I thought my setup couldn't get any dodgier, there it goes. There it goes. It's gotten considerably dodgier because the tripod we used last time has broken. It broke because... Oh, you can actually see my foot, can't you? I don't know. The tripod I'm using, I used last time, I dropped it. And the floor of my bedroom, because it's a basement flat, is concrete. And that tripod was £10. It detonated. It was quite beautiful, really. And now I'm using the other tripod, which is considerably heavier duty, and it's really not built to, you know, hunch over a table filming, trying its best to film some drawing. But we're gonna make it work. I have plans for to use this. It just keeps going, doesn't it? And that is I guess it's an arm, mechanical arm, but that would work really, really well with if I could get the attachment that holds my phone attached to this. But unfortunately, I only have this bit. The bit there, the screw, is too large for the screw attachment that holds my phone. And what I essentially need is one of these that would bridge the two. I think they're called bits, screw bits. They you know what this one would do is that I put it on there, and then this arm can host another screw hole that's larger, but in this case I need that to go down a size. But that'll take a while, because it seems like to get that I need like a kit of them, you know. And I've got a kit in my sights, but it requires money. Sorry if you occasionally see the coffee pass by like that, obscuring your vision. So today, just bringing you down, and by that I mean I'm actually bringing you down. I don't mean like I'm making fun of you or whatever. Yes, so this is the image obviously we did last time. This is Grub. That's what I called him. That's who he is. I think he's underground, and he sells sandwiches to orphans. That's right, he sells them to orphans because he's horrible. And today we're going to be drawing El Loco Monstero, the big cheese, the final boss of Scotland, the video game. The Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've wanted to do, like, draw, you know, do like a video where I'm drawing something on my own, and then a video where I'm drawing something conceived by somebody else. I don't know quite what terminology I could use to describe that. You know, a pop culture character, I suppose, because, you know, that's when you're thinking of superheroes and stuff like that. But when you get the Loch Ness Monster thrown into it, you know, in terms of OCs, he's an original character on a completely different plane than, say, Batman, who's on my list, by the way. We will get Batman one way or another. And, you know, we all know this, I don't draw well, but I draw well. There's a difference between drawing well and drawing well. It's all about enjoying yourself where you are and where you're at. So like the classic image of what's his name, El Loco Monstero, has that sort of I'm not allowed to look anything up, by the way, otherwise that ruins it. It's sort of like that. This was like the one of I'm going to fill this in. I'm not drawing a serious outline. And I think, if memory serves me right, anything I say, by the way, that's complete bollocks, feel free to clean it up in the comment section. So, it's to my understanding that the Loch Ness Monster has been debunked multiple times and exposed as, I believe, the actual famous image of the Loch Ness Monster was like, it's like a sort of little sculpture thing on some kind of float, and it was considerably smaller. You know, the image itself, because you're not capturing any of the the banks or anything like that. It makes the waters look more broad than they actually are in the picture. It's actually quite a tight shot of a small model. It just looks big in the picture. And I think somebody came out and admitted it or something like that. I think it might have been one of those infamous deathbed confessions. But, you know, you can't help but love the Loch Ness Monster. It's probably down there, isn't it? I always pictured them to look a bit like Lapras, you know? The Pokemon. But naturally, like, I think people built, what do you call it, livelihoods and gift shops and all this stuff all around this imaginary beast. But the thing is, I think I've talked about it off and on before. I love cryptids. The only problem with cryptids, and ghosts as well, I love ghosts, but the only problem with all of it is that I'm not exactly welcome in the clans that do believe in these things, although I wish I was, because it would be a good chat, but I don't believe in them. I'm one of these people that I love the concepts of them, and I want them to exist, but I cannot believe in something without evidence. You know, and so when you're seeing so many different cryptids talked about, you know, I love the spin. I love the stories. I mean, like I've said this before, there was a show called Monster Quest that I absolutely loved. And Monster Quest was great because, you know, like every episode opened as if the cryptid was real. Like it wouldn't say it wouldn't be like you know, it wouldn't be like some say this creature is. No, it would start by saying there is a creature that is in the woods that is eating people, and like it would detail all of the speculation as fact in the opening package, and you know, then you actually get into the thing where people are discussing the evidence and stuff like that. But I love that whole sort of the showmanship of it all. You know, like Loch Ness Monster. You want it to open up, but you know, like there is a creature in Scotland that will beat the fuck out of no. But there's so many interesting stories about Loch Ness, because like the Loch Ness Monster, he's, or she, depending on what you think. Let's face it, no one ever says she, the Loch Ness Monster. Although Nessie is a woman's name, I believe. Is it? What would it be short for? Nesbin. Right. But like, there was one story that always sticks in my head about the Loch Ness Monster, which is the there was this lady, and she claimed to have been sort of out walking one night, and like, she said she was like driving near Loch Ness, and he just walks out in the road in front of her. Like, she's driving. She's like driving the car down the road, and just all of a sudden, you know, like, he just like wanders by, you know. He's just like, hello. And I think to myself, like, there's gravity to telling a tale of the Loch Ness Monster, you know, like there's like, there's so many questions of believability when you're telling the tale of a cryptid. You know, that's why a lot of people do that thing where they're like, I'm not quite sure what I saw, you know, was it there, was it not there? Like this, oh, I think vaguely I saw something, but I don't know, it could have been anything. What they're doing in that moment, they're giving themselves leeway to just sort of like, you know, like, I didn't see anything, you know, like, it's sort of like if somebody calls them out directly and says this is bollocks, they've got that out, that they can sort of like go, oh, you're right, it probably is bollocks, I thought so at the time. But this I forget, it might have actually even been the Monster Quest episode, you know, but I just remember it was just like, Loch Ness Monster, like, absolutely brazen. She's driving down the road, and suddenly Loch Nessie just wanders in front of the car. He doesn't do anything menacing. Like, he's not gonna like hurt anyone or anything like that. He's just he's on dry land. He's not only not in the loch, he's on the roads around the loch, and he just starts saying hello, you know. And she just, I think this one's quite an early one. Like, I think it might have even been like the 30s or the 40s or something like that. But he's just like, he's just like, hello. And for some reason, it's locked in my head. To me, it's both terrifying and hilarious at the same time. Just like, I don't know. And by the way, I have very little idea of what Loch Ness actually looks like. And like I said, I could have done my research before this, but I chose not to. And I think I will continue to not do any research because, you know, if there's one thing I learned from my previous video, as much as I do enjoy drawing in that style, when I get caught between referencing an actual picture, there's like that weird completionist part of my brain that wants me to keep doing that. And I think that's fine for, you know, if I'm drawing alone or something, or you know, or I really do genuinely need to draw something specific. But if I'm just drawing just to have a bit of fun and free form is where the enjoyment is at, then I'd rather just do it like this. You know, it's like I said, I've got Batman noted down that we're going to draw some Batman at some point. I've got, where is it? Yeah, at the moment I've got 4 things on the list, and we're doing one of them right now, which is the Loch Ness Monster. I've got Steve from Minecraft, because I just thought it'd be really fun to draw Minecraft stuff in my goofy drawing, you know. Super Mario, you know, I guess you could say that's a career move, because I know that movie's come out. I'm not interested in seeing it. No offense to the movie. It's just, well, it's, yeah, I decided I was going to keep it to myself from now on, which means when we go to draw Mario, I'm just going to talk about the good times with Mario, you know, because I did grow up with the NES and all the rest of that. I just realised I haven't drawn her car. Oh, it's a difficult angle to get the car in, isn't it? That'll be the top. That's dreadful. What is this? Oh, you can't see. There, look. Apparently, I'm calling that a car. Jesus Christ. There is no prayer for the dying, is there? This is the worst thing I've ever done. That doesn't look like anything. Okay, let me explain this. Let me explain what the fuck you're looking at. I've just had a perspective attack. I believe that is the bonnet, or the what do Americans call it? Because the trunk, that's what we would call the boot. Do they still call it the bonnet? The lid? The front of the car? The flap? I don't know, Americans, what do you call that? But yes, that's supposed to be the bonnet. That's a tyre. Signifying a wheel of some description. The thing is, I think if I was to, do this again, this line here, this particularly chunky line, which is a road line, by the way, that would be closer to what I should be drawing for a car coming from back here onwards. That's offensive. That's just, I don't know how to fix it. There's that thing that, if you screw up a drawing, don't worry about it, just keep drawing. But I genuinely have no idea how to fix that. Well, maybe if we bring that out a little bit. Don't use the windscreen wipers. It only makes it worse. Well, what if it's black? If it's a black vehicle, that gives us a bit more leeway, I think. This is I regret this before I even started it, but it's too late to turn back now. Now the tyre would not be like that. The tyre would just look like a little rectangle, really, from this perspective, I think. Oh God. Oh, it just looks like I'm just trying to erase my evil. So, well, this is trouble. Well, maybe this will work. It's a hole. Scotland's got potholes. Are there any Scottish people in the comment section that can confirm this? Or have you been to Scotland and did you find a bunch of potholes? If so, you put a comment in the comment section to say, it's funny that he should put a pothole in this because that's actually factually right. There are a lot of potholes in Scotland. And if you can type emphasising certain words in the way I just talked, that'll be brilliant. Right, that's a hole. Are we clear on that? It's either that or a Photoshop job, one of the two. Which means we only have one more chance to get the car right. Because if I screw it up on here as well, there's going to be like no more space left to put the car. Unless... Unless I colour the road in black, so the whole thing's black, and we'll put like a car over here. Like she stopped to look at the Loch Ness Monster looking at her. And he was like, "Och," and she was like, "Och." Because that's how Scottish people talk. Don't know if you know that. But only amongst themselves. Only amongst themselves, not to non-Scots, or Nottish, as they also call us. they deny all Ochness if you try and call them out on it. They're like people don't really say Och and do the new and things like that here in Scotland. You're all crazy. And the second you leave the room, they're off they go. Och. Caber tossing, knee slapping. Knee slapping? No, that's Germany. That's Germany. They deny it as well. They go, we're not all knee slappers here in Germany. And as soon as you're out of the room, that's all you can hear. That is that's the thing. That's why it makes me laugh, this story. That is exactly what I picture the Loch Ness's face. I don't picture like some, you know, Steven Spielberg movie of like some epic CGI Loch Ness beast. I picture that. I picture I'm the Loch Ness monster. This is out for a daily stroll. Do you want to be my friend? Okay. This is bollocks. Why can't I draw a bloody car? I mean, I can draw a car. It's just, it's the perspective. It's. I don't know. I did the whole thing in the previous video. I talked about, you know, who cares about perspective? You know, never mind. There's a limit. There's a bloody limit. Like, sometimes you're like, you know, who cares about perspective? But what if you draw a car and it looked like what just happened? You know, which was a car crash without the intention of depicting a crash. I'm just saying. Not just a hat rack, my friends. Oh, God, that's making me sad every time I look at it. I'm just looking at that little hole, and I feel like there's a hole in my soul. I know what you're thinking. Oh, just use a pencil. You know, I will not go the way of the coward. Not that people use pencils are cowards, but you know. Okay. So, and I'll let you see. I'll let you see me fucking it up now. If I start drawing it, yeah. But the thing is, if I draw it there, then that's imbalance. And by that, I mean, like, that's there, that's there. It's like there's nothing else in the picture, but the two things on the road just so happen to be right next to each other. There's something about that makes my ass vomit, you know? So, it would... Right. Maybe I should draw the wheels first. It's like I said, I think I said this in the previous video. It's like an impersonation. You look for the grounding point. You know, like Boris Johnson and coronavirus. Once you nail coronavirus, you do the rest of his voice. You know, and that's what I feel like when it comes to perspective like this. When I'm drawing something really quick. The funny thing is, it's not a care about drawing well. I couldn't give a damn. But I feel like when it throws the image that badly, oh yeah, I think so. I think. Oh God, this is a weird vehicle. It's a vehicle. Aha. Oh, he's done it. He does it. Maybe that there. God, I miss when cars look like cars. Do you know what I mean? Cars just don't look like that's not entirely sober, but I'll take it. That's yes. Yes. And we'll put the driver standing outside. I don't know why. There's a bit of hair, because it was a lady. And, we're going to have a stand in there. I see, I pictured this to be like a thicket of some sort. Let's do that. She's standing in a thicket. With arms. Looks more like a scarecrow. I don't care. I don't care. If that's her torso, this does imply that she's like twice the size of her car. Maybe that's why the Loch Ness came to meet her. You know, he was like, "You're massive, just like me. Let's be friends." And maybe I could accentuate this by doing that. Please start looking like grass, long grass. Who gives a damn? I'm not sure what's going on here, to be honest. There's like a cropped circle going on. It kind of helps demonstrate the long grass, though, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, no, it does. I keep looking at the Loch Ness's face. This is the greatest picture I've ever drawn in my life. Hello. Oh dear. Voila. I think that is not too bad. Sorry about that. The council have been informed, but they're Scottish and they won't stop playing bagpipes. I'm sorry, by the way, if you're Scottish and offended. Actually, that's an apology not worth issuing, because Scottish people don't typically get offended, but the partially Scottish people do. They're rabid. The people who are 1% Scottish, they like take it upon themselves to be as Scottish as possible, and like they end up depicting Scotland in like the most horrific way possible. You know, like they're like, "What are you saying about Scotland?" And it's, you know, like it's you know, like you make fun of Scotland around a Scottish person, they'll probably like roll their eyes and they'll go, oh, you know, they'll laugh along, because you know it's not like 100% agreement, but it's the laugh of the patriot. You know, it's like, yeah, we know what life is like, we live here, we know, you know, and then like then make fun of Scotland around somebody whose cousins, nephews, uncles, grandmothers, distant pet lemming owner, uncles, dads, sons, grandmas, gardener is Scottish. They'll be like, "Oh, how dare you, I'm one fraction Scottish, I'm offended." These people should get killed. I didn't say killed. So to be honest, that's the most prominent story I've got on the Loch Ness Monster. The lady that had to pull over one night, and they got the Loch Ness Monster looking over at her. I always thought that was a brilliant story. It's a great visual. So let's draw someone fishing on the Lake of Loch Ness, and maybe Nessie is hiding. This is a boat, and you can tell it's a boat because the artist depicting it is awesome. I don't know if I want to draw the water just yet. Am I going to have anything that's breaking the water? No, I'm not. He says now. They've got to be Scottish. or pretend Scottish, you know. So let's get us started with a Scottish man here. If you are Scottish and what I'm saying is offensive, just know that I love Scotland. You know, you get those people that like just hate Scotland by default because of the way Scottish people sound. I'm like the opposite of that. Not sure what I mean by that. Okay, so let's see. I'm going somewhere with this. Bear with me. Not sure how to depict tartan with a big fat pen. I don't know. That's tartan. Okay, and oh, they have like proper traditional Scottish garb. It has like a neck tuft thing, doesn't it? Like it's like a little bit like a scarf. I think somewhere between a scarf and that thing Tudor people wear, ruffle. It's probably the worst. I know exactly what I'm trying to describe. I just can't do it. Right. So, anyway. Actually, no, it's going to be covered up because... That's right, folks. Giles' cheating tip for the day. If you can't draw something, cover it up. And this is being covered up by bagpipes. Oh dear. Oh no, this has all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Hang on a moment. Jesus. That looks a little bit like bagpipes. It looks like a bowl bag. I don't know if we've got enough space for... We'll give him a bit of a belly. I would draw haggis, but I don't know what it looks like. That's supposed to be like a beret. That looks like a piece of shit. There he is. Oh God, he's singing the songs of the old country. He's charming the world. He is. That's why the Loch Ness monster is going to appear in this picture, because this man is just, he's going ham in the greatest way imaginable. And this is this tartan as well? I don't know. Oh God. Oh God. How am I even alive? How do I dress myself in the morning? And he's got a friend who has a beard. We'll use the beard as the grounding point. Yeah. And a moustache. Is a moustache still a moustache with a beard? Or do they just go, is it all just part of the beard? You know? There he is. And he's got... These look like gnomes. Whatever. Epic beard, Scotsman. And there we go. I don't know why I'm saying there we go, like I accomplished something. This is really quite bad. There. Yahoo. And oh wait, no, he hasn't got the thing that people have when it's on a fishing thing. It's like I'll put it there. You know, little handle thing. Yeah, you've been fishing before. And isn't it like, huh? Yeah. Oh, that was very satisfying. So here we are, and he's got a little hook. They say he hasn't gotten anything though. And yeah. There he is. Our friend, Nessie. He can't believe it. I don't know if that's supposed to be the end of it. Oh, I don't know if that's supposed to be the end of his chin, or if that's supposed to be his jawline. I mean, or his mouth. It looks like it could be part of his mouth. Oh, actually, hang on a moment. Mystery solved. What a happy fellow. Give him some of those. Oh, Nessie. Look at him. That looks fucking awful. I've got to stop. I've just got to stop drawing things and immediately declaring them as awful. He doesn't look awful, does he? Would you kick him out of your party? But oh, we need some little fish. Little fish. There we go. Very basic fish. Little religious fish. What is that religion thing? You know, one with the fish. I'm not a complete idiot. I'm not assuming it's like some kind of fish religion. I'm just there's that thing in there, like they use the fish, like yeah, that you know what I mean? But they do that and they go, that's my religion. I think it's Christian, but I don't know I don't know anything beyond that, and I don't know the significance of the fish symbol. What if? See? Big fat Nessie. Big fat Nessie and his big fat body. I don't know what that is. You work out what that is. Is he going to have any detail on him? I will say this is not how I pictured Nessie. I mean, in the previous picture, that is how I pictured him looking at that woman, but I didn't picture his face having this particular round structure. I might as well draw the shoreline. Excuse me. Couple of trees. Strength in numbers, my friends. Strength in numbers. You just you know, if you can't draw, just draw loads of things and fill the picture, and eventually it will start to look like you don't suck. Yes. Doesn't really look very Loch Nessy, does he? But you know, what other sort of fish would you find there? Like an eel. Eel. It doesn't look like anything. It just looks like a little long sausage. There. That's bollocks. That's bollocks. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I don't know. Just do some little. This implies height. I'll put some detail on the boat. You know, just imply that, you know, some kind of workmanship went into it before they set out onto the lake. The loch, beg your pardon. What's the difference? What's the difference between a lake and a loch? Oh, this boat is awful. Look at that. I mean, I'm not criticising my drawing for once. I mean, like it looks like it was nailed together by so many fragmented pieces of wood. There is no way that you can expect that to float, unless there are some professional boat makers watching this video that could confirm that. Now, one problem is that I've tried to extend him to his neck to be going around here, but it's not really clear that all of this belongs to him. Luckily, I still have some tricks up my sleeve. I'll give him a little spike on his head, and it's fading down there because it's going down his back, and then say one there. Oh, sorry, you can't see. And then one there, and then one there, and then there, and then there, and then suddenly it all makes sense. Suddenly it doesn't make sense. It's a cheap fix, and I'm a cheap tart of a man. Stop doing that, silly pen. We have some wasted space here. Here. More fish! More fish! Just dot fish, though. Little dot fish. You know. I mean, the loch isn't brimming with food. Otherwise, Loch Ness really would be in there. But yes, they are out fishing. And Loch Ness, he is there as well. All right. Now, I think we'll do one more. Now, unfortunately, I don't have an idea at the moment because, well, to be honest, the first one, So, to review, we done this one, which wasn't really a one. This was just me, like, going, that's what it looked like. And then I was like, maybe the body is down there. Then, I can't stop laughing every time I think of that story. It's ridiculous. It is unbelievably daft. Like she was just driving down the road in her car, and just giant Loch Ness monster waddles across the road in front of her. It's like, hey there, fam. It is the most, like, of all the cryptid stories that I've ever heard, it is the most absurd one. It is the fact that the teller is definitive about it. She's not saying, oh, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It was kind of odd. It was a little bit dark. No, she had to stop her car to let this big get by. That's how definitive she believes she saw it, It would be like, I don't know. It would be like having to hide from Bigfoot. Like you're walking through the jungle. You don't just think you see him. You're literally like, oh fuck, there's Bigfoot. And you dodge behind a tree. Oh dear. I'm on the subject of Bigfoot, actually. I don't know whether to add Bigfoot to the... I tell you what, I'll go Bigfoot. I'll add him to my list. But I will... Do I just write down Big Boot? Bigfoot, Bigfoot, and I write /Yeti, because let's face it, they're the same, just in different places. The cryptid fans would love me for saying that. They're not the same, they're very, very different. Actually, continuity, because our Yeti has a little spike on his head, doesn't he? Look at him. Oh, he's like a really friendly punk. He's like, pardon me, do you want to rock, baby? Please? With your crab car. Okay. But, see, I'm tempted to draw, like, Loch Ness Monster and the Little Mermaid, because that landed, didn't it? And it hasn't done too well. Mind you, it's getting quite predictable, isn't it? It's just like, well, we all knew it wasn't going to do well. But I believe we'll skip that because... do you know what? I'm gonna add that to my list. If you can think of things to add to my list, do go ahead. And I don't really care if they're things that I like or not. You know, like the whole thing is that if I don't know what it is, I'll look it up as briefly as possible. Or if I vaguely know what it is, I'll just go ahead with a video. Because it's not, you know, it's all about fun. Now, Loch Ness monster. I think I'm getting something. I'm like a really underwhelming psychic. I'm getting something. An image is appearing in the corners of my mind. My genius is about to explode all over this paper. That sounds rude, but it's not rude. I'm talking about something. It's in the mind. Where does the Loch Ness monster live? Now I know what you're thinking. No, I know what you're thinking. And that's the stupid answer. You're thinking, oh, he lives in Loch Ness. Of course he lives in Loch Ness. But where? Where in Loch Ness? You know, does he just curl up at the bottom of Loch Ness? Or could it be that he lives in some kind of underwater cave? They've used sonar on Loch Ness multiple times, but there's no way. There's literally no way. But that's neither here nor there. So, some have even hypothesized that Loch Ness contains a portal to another world. Did you know that? It's not worth knowing because it's not sodding true. However, I mean, it is true that some people have hypothesized that, but the reality of that hypothesis does not exist. But then, you know, stuff like that. I find the cryptid perspective of dinosaurs fascinating. Like there's in the Congo, I believe it's parts of the Congo. There are people that believe that dinosaurs live there, you know, like the prehistoric kind. Because they took some pictures to show. I think it's the Congo anyway. I'm not too well versed on like isolated tribes that people aren't, you know, where people aren't allowed to go, because that was the issue as to why they couldn't verify it or not verify it, was because it was like, you know, legally they weren't allowed to enter and look for these things. But they showed like tribes people on like the outskirts of the things, like pictures of like, you know, these prehistoric dinosaurs, and they could identify them and just point at it and go, yep, no, seen one of those. These people don't have access to, you know, internet or even, you know, dinosaur books or anything, but they were literally like, no, I've seen one of those just down the river that way. But it again hasn't been verified. That one's a little bit of it's a slightly warmer potato than some of the other cryptid stories, but I don't believe it. And I'll believe it when I see it. Like if there's one cryptid I'm very thankful for, it is the giant squid. And of course, if you know cryptid stuff, you'll know why the giant squid is so important. Because they found the giant squid. and so all the cryptid stories and tales of, you know, from the Yeti to the Chupacabra to the Dogman, the Wolfman, everyone just went, because you found the giant squid, anything's possible. You know, for years people were going, giant squid, no, that's just ridiculous, that's just fishermen, they've exaggerated, they're crazy, you know. And then they find the giant squid and just all of the scientists that have been working so hard to you know, explain cryptids and stuff like that, they've all got a headache all at once because people just go, if the giant squid exists, Nessie, Sasquatch, you know, the lot of them, there could be a chance. Okay. I think the giant squid should fight Nessie. Right. But I also wanted to draw us home. And I said we're going to do one more image. And we're done at 50. So, here's the scenario. The plot. The giant squid has travelled to Scotland. He's on a mission because he heard that Scotland had started deep fat frying squid. He was offended. He was pissed off about this. And he goes over down to Scotland and encounters, if life were a video game, the final boss of Scotland, who, as we all know, is the Loch Ness Monster. See, Scotland, they were a bit more advanced than a lot of other countries, you know. Other countries, their superheroes are, you know, Superman, I don't know, Wonder Woman. They're just, you know, just humans with powers. Scotland went full Godzilla. Why haven't they made, like, a Godzilla-like movie of Ness yet? That's ridiculous. There's so much money just waiting to be... Like, everybody knows the Loch Ness Monster. If they made, like, a monster movie of the Loch Ness Monster, who's not going to go see that? Like, everybody knows the Loch Ness Monster. He's like one of the OGs, as they say. That's ridiculous. And because they don't make that film, we can't see the sequel, Loch Ness Monster versus the Giant Squid. Sometimes life's not fair, you know. I mean, you slave over a hot stove for nothing. I mean, it's fucking, it's crazy is what it is. Yes, if you're wondering, this is a cave. Oh, this pen is like, stop it, I don't like it. You will draw what I tell you to draw, you stupid pen. If you're wondering why I'm drawing like additional rocks and stuff, it's because I want to minimise the amount of stuff that I have to colour in, because I want the cave to be shrouded in darkness. This will help. Home. There. Oh, I don't want to colour all of that in. I need like an even fatter pen. Actually, I need a collection of fat pens. Oh, here we go. This is why the pen's collapsing. It's poor equilibrium. It's just sort of like, oh, we can't do it anymore. We stop it. Doesn't have to be precise. Just has to depict the darkness. Depict the goddamn darkness. Oh God, what's happened to my life? It's been whittled down to all of this, and it's just, you know, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I work hard. I feed my family. Yeah, I don't have a family. Why don't I have a family? It's because I've been too busy doing this. Been too busy doing this than to acquire a woman and impregnate her. And it just said, Giles, why haven't you impregnated a woman yet? Why haven't you started a family? I was colouring in a picture. That's what I was doing. There we go. There we go. So that's where he lives. Just put some other cave curves around it, and we'll just section it off like that. That also gives us a great obscuring point. Oh my God, I can't draw a squid. I'm in too deep. All right. Loch Ness. Oh no, because our Loch Ness is really cute, isn't he? So we're gonna have Loch Ness fighting. Is that like a really adorable, cute Loch Ness fighting a giant evil squid? We'll start ground it with his head. There's Loch Ness's head. I'm going somewhere with this. Bear with me. Because those are tentacles from the giant squid. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to go horrifically wrong. You know, sometimes in life you just got to... he's got to look angry. He got to look angry because otherwise it looks like the giant squid's winning, and that's not the point. We are Team Loch Ness here. He's angry. Oh, don't piss me off. But also, I mean, if he's getting strangled by the thing, we want him to... Well, it's what I call balancing the equities. We've only got one image to depict this battle. We can't have the squid looking like he's getting too much offence, no matter how angry the Loch Ness monster looks. Oh, I just realised, Spike. No matter how angry he looks, if he's not getting any offence in, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Could he be eating him? Biting him, I mean? Stupid pen. There. Like that. Now, the reason I've done that is so that I can... Okay. No, this is all serious. This is a serious. I'm gonna do that, and he's oh, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. Sometimes I just wake up and I look in the mirror and I go, "Who are you? Who are you?" Oh, blood. Well, this will make sense in a minute. Just get off my back. All right. Just Jesus. It's brutal. Oh, you don't want to see this. And we'll work out where you're going in a minute. But the whole point is that it did a bite. He was like, yum yum, flesh calamari. And right now I got to draw the giant squid set. I don't know what the bloody hell a giant squid looks like. Oh, hang on a moment. I'm thinking of the way they did bloopers in Mario Galaxy. I think that might see me through, but I can barely remember. All I remember is that they have like a weird I don't bloody know. It's like this in it, mate. And their eyes are like weird. Their eyes are like there. You, I don't like you. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody help me. Oh, this room is getting smaller. Yes. Do they have a mouth? Fuck it, I'm gonna give him a mouth. Oh, I don't like you. Like that. Yes. He looks like a fire hydrant. The most angry fire hydrant in the world. So, right, now we need some tentacles. Yeah. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. At this point, I need to recommend to you the video game Octogeddon. It's fantastic. It's made by George Fan, and I'm a big fan of George Fan because he created Plants vs Zombies. Should maybe remember. Do 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 do. I think that was in theory that was supposed to be part of the Loch Ness monster, but I don't know. Let's bring it out a little bit. Flipper. Really, I do actually think the squid would win. I reckon. Just, you know, in terms of flexibility, you know, squid's got more legs and things. Just, you could like restrain him and slap him a bunch of times. Wait a moment. Octo. I'm worried about giving him more limbs than he actually is supposed to have. That's 8, isn't it? That's 8. Mama didn't raise no fool, you know. Oh, this is whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 more remaining. There. Why is this one going straight down? Maybe those are using those as legs. Some octopuses do that. Octopi, octopus, pennies. Some octopus do that. I think octopus is a plural of itself. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there's like an octopus that has been known to use like 2 of its legs at a time to walk as if it were a human being. These are the ones you got to watch out for. Imagine seeing that coming out of the sea, you know. Give him horns. Fuck it. he's like the devil squid. King Devil Squid, Evil McFart. I've lost count of how many arms we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the last one. There. Oh, there we go. It's one angry squid. Attacking him in his own home. Trying to think of anything else I could add to this picture about man in a scuba suit. This is like one of those people that, you know, like when you're watching a monster movie and the people show up and ruin it, and like the whole time you're literally like, can these people go away? Where is Godzilla? Like, this is what this man's job is. He's like every now and then the film just cuts to him, even though you don't give a damn who he is. There he is. Oh wait, do we? No, it'll be coming out of there, not there. You can't use that underwater. Who uses a snorkel underwater? You'll die. It just be like, take a deep cleansing breath. We've got some wasted space. What about a shark? You know, maybe what? This is not a shark. This is not a shark. This is not. What is that? It's a monster with legs. Something gotta be here. There we go. This is be a fisherman's hug, and he doesn't realise how lucky he is that he has not got a bite. I don't know how else to express. Let's give him a little bit of a beard. The rare bearded giant squid, and what a sort of, I mean, that's just fish. Fish. These don't look like fish. These look like, I don't even know. I'm trying to make fish shapes. My brain has just revolted. It's not doing what I'm trying to make it do. That's the way to do it. Little triangles. Yeah. Oh, the fish, they're all gathering around to see the fight. They're literally like, we paid big bucks for this. We paid our asses off. And they're gonna eat him. They're gonna eat him. They are gonna eat him. They're like, human, you don't belong here. And he's like, och, no. Not that he's Scottish. He's 1% Scottish. That's why he's using phrases like och and no. Oh dear. There we go. All around a dreadful picture. I can think of a million ways this could have been done better. Wait a moment, we go like that. And I genuinely don't know. Either way, as a concept, it's really fat balls, as the French would say. You know, he's just trying to defend his home from this invader, from this horrible, evil. Look at that! Look at that face! Look at that face! He wants to do this to someone with that face. Look. Who would want to make him... Oh, I've lost it. Who would want to make him feel like that? Only him. The evil giant squid. The devil squid. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Oh no, I can't hit the stop record button. The thing that holds the camera is obscuring it from my reach. It's going across the phone. So this is stupid. There we go. Take care of yourselves and see you next. Remember, leave some suggestions. Do that. and I'll see you next time.